The other thing to make sure is that I'm in focus, which is a bit hard to see. This week's music club takes me to a slightly different place. This week, I'm in the Holy Land, Richfield Avenue, aka Reading Festival. Red Camp. It's officially 4.5 weeks until I dragged myself here with my best friend and my little brother, set up home for a weekend of loud music and liver abuse. So we've come and set up camp, brought ourselves to film a special edition of Music Club. So without further ado, this is the top 4 bands I'm most excited to see at Reading Festival 2018 Saturday edition. Pale Waves first came onto the scene a couple of years ago after they signed a deal with, I think it's called Bad Hit Records. After they signed a deal with Dirty Hit, Matty from the 1975's record label. You can certainly hear the 1975 influence in their music. Kinda John Hughes inspired indie synth pop. Very similar to Paramore's latest album, which again I think is probably very inspired by the 1975. Records like Kiss and The Tide were without a doubt designed for festivals like this, and I'm sure will draw a phenomenally big crowd to the Festival Republic stage. You know what I think's actually really stupid? I might put this in as well, but what's actually really stupid is they've put someone like Pale Waves on the Festival Republic stage. It's going to be fucking rammed in there. Why are they not putting it on the tent? They're huge. They've got such a big following. Stupid idea. Next we're going to talk about Brockhampton. Do you know Brockhampton? No. Oh, Brockhampton. So Brockhampton are taken to the NME stage on a Saturday afternoon, a set that I think may end up being one of the highlights of my weekend. The 13-piece rap crew, fronted by Kevin Abstract, met on a Kanye West forum in Texas and have been pushing boundaries about what it means to be a boy band for the past couple of years. In fact, it's worth listening to their story on Apple Music. It's something I've definitely worth recommending to checking out if you have any intrigue. But the NME tent will most definitely be lifting off the ground when Brockhampton play, similar to how Odd Future did. I've been desperate to catch Hmltd for a few months now. I first came across them last year with their single, Is This What You Wanted? And became obsessed with their follow-up single, To The Door. Earlier this year they released their 3rd single, Satan, Luella and I, and have just released their first EP entitled Hate Music, Last Time, Delete. NME describes Hmltd, or Hmltd, as the devil child of Adamant and Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I think this is the most accurate way to describe them. They certainly have a big 80s influence and a very kind of electro-goth sound mixed with trap drums and the kind of discomfort of Crystal Castle's production. Hmltd are playing the Festival Republic tent on Saturday evening, a gig that if any other reviews are to go by, is going to be one of the highlights of the weekend. In 2015, Kendrick Lamar supported the Libertines, filling the sub-headline slot on the Sunday. A slot that should have been reserved for the Libertines because Kendrick Lamar played a festival headline set. It was phenomenal. This was in 2015. To Pimp a Butterfly was still confusing all hip-hop fans. There was no Humble, there was no Damn, there was no Black Panther soundtrack, or satirical performances on award ceremonies. So you can only imagine my excitement when I found out that Kendrick Lamar would be headlining the Saturday night at the festival. Please be Kendrick, please be Kendrick, please be Kendrick. This year's lineup features a lot more urban acts and has drawn a lot of criticism because of it. However, I feel this performance may be the performance to change their mind. As I mentioned in my last video, this is by no means a full list of the bands that I'm excited to see, just my top 4. Other acts I'm excited to see include Rex Orange County, Sigrid, Fred V and Graphics, Sum 41, Mike Shinoda, Pendulum, Papa Roach, Shapes, The Magic Gang, Spring King and Blocks. Is there anyone in particular that you're excited to see this year? Comment below, I'm really intrigued to see. Are there any new bands that you think that are playing that I need to hear that haven't been mentioned in the above list? I've added some playlists below to get you in the mood for this year's festival. We'll be dragging ourselves here in 4 weeks. If anyone's in my spot, I'm going to be really upset with you. I'll be back next week for the video for the Sunday. Let me know what you think and what you're excited to see. Enjoy the festival. I'll be back for some Music Club in the future.